This is peak quality content. Let's go.
Oh, it's from the yesterday yapping as well.
You wanna know what's
No
nuts? And I'm not lying. I
way.
didn't know how babies were made until I was in middle school. Okay. I shit you not. Like, I thought babies... Thank you for the raid! My parents
Did your
always...
mom tell you they came out from under your armpit too?
Oh my god, I laughed the same
That
way.
is a crazy.
No way.
That's why she's wearing.
Wait, that's what parents will told you? What?
Oh, she's so
What?
cute!
What?
The sparkles on her armpits now.
That's what my mom told me.
Oh my god.
Aw, that's crazy.
Aw.
I think I never asked that question to my parents before. I think I never asked. I guess I was busy playing game.
She is so fucking cute, chat. Like, Henya is so adorable. I was just like, I've never asked that question to my parents. Oh.
Mom told me the babies were bought in stores. We just go for shopping, Dale. Oh, but I remember it's not like asking my mom that question. But in Japan, they have a hotel that is called Love Hotel, and sometimes they're
Okay, to be fair, one of my goals actually is I want to go to a love hotel in Japan one day. Hear me out, like alone. Because I want to go into the themed love hotels. I've seen one that's like, there's one called the Jungle Love Hotel theme. So it's a love hotel and the room is like jungles. You know, it's like there's little holes you can crawl into and stuff you can dangle from. And it looks so fun. Maybe if I can find the video, I'll show you. But the Jungle Love Hotel looks so cool. I want to go.
their building looks very unique. Some it looks like a castle. Some looks like a very fancy building that looks like an amusement
Self-love.
park. And when I was a kid, I was begging my mom to like, Mom, what is that place? I want to go. It looks so fun. I want to go like that. And she's like, No. And you're like, Why not? Why not? They're like, Well, wait until you get adult. And they're like, Why adult? Why adult? Well, you'll figure it out when you grow to adult. And I was like, Why now? Why not now? Yeah, that happens to me.
My mom just says it like it spawns in. Like, I've always just assumed it just spawns in because
You just use stratagems and it like shoots down from Helldiver's pod. Yeah.
that's true.
Pew!
When,
Oh,
when
she's
two
so
people
cute!
love each other. No, she doesn't even say love each other. It's like when two people get married, right? A baby spawns in, and I'm like,
Leave my
Who's
heart out.
spawning? How does it spawn in though?
And the way my mom said it,
That makes
is
sense, though.
They use a big syringe and then they jab it in like the stomach of like
That's
the
familiar
woman,
than love.
and then they
Oh,
jab it into the stomach of the no, they jab it into the guy, and then they jab it into the girl, and then like you can like suck it back, and then you jab it into a box, and then that's where
That's
the baby-
true though.
See, I'll take love over big syringes.
That's
syringe.
No, okay, let me tell you, chat. Apparently, that is actually a thing. So, I think why my mom says it is I have a cousin, right? I don't know what it is, but it is a medical procedure. So, I do have a cousin that was conceived that way. So, they take the circle from the woman and the sperm from the egg. The sperm from the man. Yes. They take the thing from the woman and the thing from the man and they put it in like a box. And then they put it back into the woman. I'm really not sure how it works. But it was something like that. Yeah, so one of my cousins was conceived that way. So I guess that's how my mom thought me. Yeah, but I thought that all babies were made that way. You mean a tube? Oh, IVF. Yeah, I think it's called IVF. So it's because at that time, my aunt had a really hard time conceiving. So that's what they had to do. It's an actual like medical thing, I suppose. But I guess that's the only thing my mom taught me. So I always thought all babies were made that way. So yeah, that's why I thought, okay? It's an actual thing. I'm not crazy. I was so scared of like the whole
Wait, what about your parents? I never asked about it to my mom, so I don't know about that. But what about your parents, though? What did they explain to you? At school?
yeah. What do they
Never
explain
asked.
to you, chat?
Me too. I never asked. I learned at school. I think first time I figured out was like when I was in middle school, and my friend told me about it. The friend who has like older siblings,
Walmart.
and they would learn, I guess, and then they will like tell Henya, did you know? Like, do you know how baby were made? And they're like, no, what? Isn't a bird like carrying them and like a Mario in the Mario? And they're like, they're like, no, they're having papa.
She's so cute. I knew what the act like. I know what baby making was, But I didn't know
Yeah?
that it was to
Someone in my
make
chat
babies.
says,
Someone in chat said, I never asked, but my mom told my sister she was mailed? That's
I was
crueler.
born knowing. No, you are not, you
I
liar.
know.
I hope
You
came in
were-
a box. No
I like
way.
knew all how,
got
how
shipped to our
everything
house.
with that worked because I watched like Animal Planet and stuff. You know what I mean? So I'd watch like educational whatever, and I always liked
You get
educational
so smart.
you know.
Talk about
Oh.
animals.
Well, right, but it's like literally
mom's-
You were smart
functionally the
enough to
same.
make the link? Jeez.
Yeah,
damn.
yeah,
You're
because
genius.
then when I asked, because I would see that was how an animal did a thing, and I'd be like,
Mhm.
how do people do it? And my mom would be like, same way. Like obviously it's a little different, but like
Same thing.
basically the same. And I was like, oh,
Like-
all right, okay. So it was
God, I
never
hate
like I was
that.
never like that curious because I was just like, oh well, I get it, I guess.
Things like
Wait, so the Giga was been Giga Chat since when she was a little kid? She has been Giga Chat for her whole life, Dale.
I knew
I mean,
how
it's-
it was.
Aw,
Like,
she's
I
so
knew what the action was. But I
Giga,
always
an
thought it
actual
was a
Giga
sport,
Chad.
right?
Like,
I feel like if I had a friend like Giga,
that
I would be
reminds me-
intimidated.
That reminds me that I think I read it on the internet that there's a kid writing a story about their mom and dad, and one day I found my mom and dad having the wrestling, and then my dad was like winning, so I was like cheering my dad, go dad, like that. They're like, oh no. I read that on the internet, they're like, oh no. Go, Dad! You got this, Dad! Imagine a little kid cheering you behind you. They're like, ah! That's so messed up, Dale.
Like ranked competitive.
That's
sex.
so messed up.
Dude, there were people trying to get it put in the Olympics a while back. Do you remember that? They wanted to like they were like, I want this to be like a ranked competitive thing put in the Olympics, and they were like, we can't be doing this.
That is
yeah.
crazy. What is this conversation?
Really?
Can't even rate it.
Olympic? So
What a crazy conversation.
I mean, there's different ways to rate it, but you know.
Dude.
Yeah, but like
Win
as
that,
a person
Dad!
watching, like you know what I mean? Like
Have you ever accidentally like walked into your parents doing something you shouldn't be looking at? Because I would consider myself lucky because I've never had that. I have never once seen my parents do anything romantic nor sexual. Nope. Right? Like it's to the point that at one like when they celebrate their anniversary, that's probably the only time I'll ever see them like kiss. Because they're so not like, dude, that's also one of the reasons why I didn't believe that sex was like how you do things, you know? Because my parents are so not lovey-dovey, I cannot believe that they would like go further. This conversation, yeah, but yeah,
I guess not one of the parties involved.
Wait, how do you rate it? How do you rate it? Like, you have to do some, like, cool skill, like spitting while you're doing pop-up power or something? Or, like, what do you do? Yeah, is it, like, you have to, like, keep jumping while you're doing it? How do you rate it? Good idea!
Some dude with a clipboard
I have so
watching
many
it, and you're like,
questions.
rating 10 points in a box. Like, what do you, you know what I
10
mean?
out of
I'm like,
10.
that's
what
crazy.
are the qualifications, sir? Dude,
Right.
oh god.
Crazy talk.
Helicopters.
No.
Helicopter. Imagine how nerdy I was. Like, I got made fun of because I said this in middle school. Like, that is the worst time in your life to figure it out. Because, like, everyone
That's
already
true.
knows. And it's the time where, like,
Wait, people already know in the middle school? I figured out about it in the middle school, too. Yeah, about the same. But I think a lot of people knew about it. I don't know. Maybe it's a different, depends on country, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, me too. I think I figured it out in the middle school. Meh.
if you're to say, like, oh my god, check, hee, and everyone, like, giggles, right? So at that time, people were talking about it, and I kept saying, like, oh yeah, I heard it's an intense sport. And people thought I was so fucking funny because they thought I was, like, joking. But I was serious. I was
Yeah.
like, it's a sport.
That's
Like,
true.
I don't know why people do it, because the only thing I've known about it is, like, when you do it, you sweat. And if you sweat, that's a sport. So
well,
that's
you
how
are
I-
for your burning calories. So
That makes a lot of
yeah.
sense. I'm not insane.
Oh,
So I didn't know, like,
So is
what
it
the
karaoke
point was.
sports
I thought it's
too?
just like, it's like, what's the point of
Singing.
running? You just run, right? Like, what's the point of sex? You just, it's sport. It's an exercise. And I meant it, but all my friends thought I was joking. And then one of them had to call me out, and you don't know how, like, that shit stuck to me for like the rest of my middle school. It's just like, you don't know how breeding works. Damn, Henya had to laugh at me for that.
It's okay. Don't worry. If it makes you feel any better, I was so scared to curse that I didn't curse until I was in the 8th grade.
Oh.
Because I thought that, like, God was gonna come and, like, kill me.
That's what my mom told me too. But my mom said, like, I shouldn't
We
curse.
are all
Like,
just
when I curse,
gaslit.
I shouldn't say her
I should put
name, like,
chat
so I
here
can't say.
now.
Wow,
I'll put
my
chat here.
mom is blasting the Eminem music when I was a kid. That's a totally difference. That's a totally difference. She was blasting the Eminem music in the car. That's all.
What?
She was like, nah, she's a little.
Henya's mom sounds so cool. When I was younger, my mom told me that if I listen to Lady Gaga, I'm selling my soul to the devil. I wish I'm kidding you. I still remember this. She doesn't believe that anymore. But when I was younger, I think Lady Gaga had a concert somewhere like close by to Indonesia. And I was like, oh my god, Lady Gaga. And my mom's like, no. If you listen to Lady Gaga music, you're selling your soul to the devil. And you'll never ever go to heaven. And you'll die in the burning pits of hell. Because your soul now belongs to Satan. I got so fucking scared, dude. I was like, how did you know this? And she's like, I just know. You have to trust me. And Henya's mom just listened to Eminem in the car. Bruh.
Okay, she won't understand it, but I did, Mom. At some part, I did. I should have listened to those music when I was a kid.
I should.
Wow, Eminem. Right.
Say like,
Nah.
motherfucker.
My
If
mom
I say
did
motherfucker,
too.
I'd go to hell.
Same. Oh, my mom said she would die. If I said
Yeah,
that.
like she's like,
That is
you're gonna hurt your own
Really?
family if you say motherfucker. How dare you
Yeah.
bring them to Vade? So that I was, for
Yeah,
the longest time, I
I
go
was
like,
deathly afraid.
they canceled the I tour would in just go like-
I
Indonesia because
did it
that,
on a
yeah.
day.
Like the Lady
I was
Gaga
in
thing,
8th
like,
grade and we were playing.
you don't know, chat, but the whole like lady, if you listen to Lady Gaga, like at that time, and ironically, it was on the news as well, like in the local Indonesian news. If you were to listen to Lady Gaga, you are selling your soul to the devil. Like that was in our news to the point that Lady Gaga had to cancel her tour to our country because so many people genuinely believed that that was the case. Like if you came to Lady Gaga's concert, if you listened to her music, instantly you are like a devil worshiper or some shit. Like that was a thing. Not anymore, but at that time it was to that level. So I don't know any artists until I'm like late in like middle school.
The
In the
dare
same way.
and they truth or dared me to curse and I'm like I started crying because I was so stressed out and so scared and everybody's like nothing's gonna happen and I was convinced that something was gonna happen and then nothing happened and I felt like my life was a lie for like 2 weeks. Oh,
I
Mousy.
was the same way as well. I was scared to curse until when I was in ninth grade.
I didn't have a curse. But I remember when I was a kid, always when I'm being the bad kid, my mom is telling me, well, you know, if you're not doing what I said, if you're not being a good girl, who do you know who's I'm gonna call? And I was like, hell, it's her. She's coming. I was like, wait, who is coming? And they're like, it's her. You know, she is coming to get you. And they're like, wait, what do you mean it's her? Who is she? They're like, it's her. You will know her when she comes to here. And they're like, what? Obviously,
God.
there's nobody. She's not gonna call anybody. But she was trying to scare me by saying that. They're like, if you're not being a good girl, if you're being the bad girl, I'm gonna call her like that. And they're like, who is her? And I was so scared because
Dude, that's a normal Asian thing, I think, because my mom used to do that, but they didn't say her. My mom said the police. I remember as a kid, my mom's like, if you're gonna create any trouble, I'm gonna instantly call the police and you're gonna be sent to prison. And at that time, I was like, haha, I can survive in prison. And then she would show me the most graphic shit, and I was like, I don't want to go to prison. She's like, I'll call the police. You didn't clean the plate today? I'm gonna call the police. Yup, I'm gonna pick up the phone right now. And I'm like, no, mother, please. At least my mom tells me who it is, right? It's worse if she just goes like, I'm gonna call her. I'm gonna call him. Like, now you're speculating. Now you're overthinking. At least I knew. I was like, okay, worst case scenario, it's the police.
she telling me to like, all right, pack up your stuff because she's coming here. They're like, who is coming here? And one time she pretended like she was calling phone, and I was freaked out. But then I was so scared, so I
That
took her
underscore
phone.
guy
It
underscore
was like a
Jared
super
cheered
old
Dex
phone, like
300.
Chat, you want to know something? This might sound fucked up, but it's a story that I can laugh at, like, looking, like, from where I am, I can laugh at it. But if I tell the stories, I worry that some people would be like, oh my god, that's actually so fucked up. Like, don't worry about it. Didn't fuck me up at all. At that time, it was more common in my country to do something like this, okay? So, when I was younger, when I made a mistake, my mom would either threaten to call the police or send me to an orphanage. And the thing is, in my area, we had like a local orphanage. It's not well known if you're not from our area, but we do have one. Like, everyone there knows, like, oh, this place is an orphanage area, and you can like volunteer or donate to that place, right? And my mom would basically say, like, I will send you to the orphanage if you are not gonna, like, if you're not gonna listen to what I say, And it's to the point that, like, because I'm not the type that's gonna rebel, like, if my mom says that, I get scared. But it's to the point that, like, when she gets really pissed, she would pack my bags. Like, I remember this. I had one bag. It was like a pink Barbie bag, and I still remember this. It was my only bag. So I had a pink Barbie bag, and my mom would pack all my clothes inside my bag and would, like, basically throw it at me. And she's just like, yep, I packed all your stuff. Get out of here. Get out of here. Shit like that, right? And usually at that point, I would be like, Mother, I'm sorry, Mother, please. I won't. I don't want to go out. I won't. I will do whatever you say. Stuff like that. But at one point, I remember, well, I was being a little bit of an ass that day. I'm not sure why, but at that time, she packed my bag. And then I was like, no, I don't care. I don't care if you're going to send me to the orphanage. I don't care. And she did. She brought my bag. She dragged me with her, right? And then she even brought like a bag of chips. Like a bag of like crispy snacks. And then she unironically drove me like to the orphanage area, dropped me off, and left me there. I was like, she's not for real, right? Like, I was a kid and I was like, she's not for real, is she? But she dropped me in front of the orphanage. To the point that, like, I was standing there because I was, like, waiting. Because I thought that she's gonna wait for me. No, she drove off. I stood there for... It's been a good amount of time. To the point that the owner of the orphanage came out and greeted me. And she was like, hey, do you need help with your bags? Do you need help at all? Like, what are you doing standing here? And I started freaking out. I was like, I'm here to drop off these snacks my mom gave. So I gave her all the snacks my mom did. Because I thought I was like, this is bribe money. Because that was the only thing I had. I was like, here's some snacks. My mom wanted me to give this to you. And then the lady's like, oh, thank you so much. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go home now. And I had to walk back home. Like, I had my backpack filled with all my things. And I had to walk back home. And my mom was just at home. She's just like, chilling. And I was like, hi, Mom, I'm back. And she's like, have you learned your lesson? I was like, yeah. But then, funny story, I grew up and I ended up volunteering there.
F around and find out.
But because of that... growing up, I became like more interested because like now I know who they are and I've talked to them. So I ended up volunteering there for a long time. And at one point, like, this was recent, I ended up giving like a good amount of donations to that place. And then I do still visit now and then. But yeah, now that place is like the place I go to like just talk and chill. So not that bad of a story. It ended up pretty good. I ended up being like pretty well acquainted with the orphanage. I'm like, yeah, you know what? My mom dropped me off here a little bit too much for my liking. I'll just chill around. That's awesome of you to donate so much money. It wasn't my money. It was a bunch of people. Like, if anything, all I did was just sit there fundraising. And everyone else kind of donated their money. So, the other people are cool. I was just chilling, though.
You know the one you can fold it? It's not the smartphone, the one you can fold it. Those
Good
phones.
ending.
And she was using that. And I took her phone and I smashed it on the ground. And then it broke. I broke it. And my mom's like, ah! Yeah, I threw it because I was scared to death. I was scared to death, tayo. And then since that day, she never appeared. She never appeared. Because I was scared to death. Backfires. I was crying out loud, no, don't call her! Like that. And then she was like, no, I'm calling her. And I was like, no! You know, Anya from Spy Family's crying hard. I was just like that, and I jumped and reached to my mom because I could. So I jumped and I reached her phone, and I just smashed it on the ground, and it just broke it.
You know what? Fair.
Don't feel bad.
Fair.
Our parents fucked us up.
I remember my
Hey.
brother telling me if I say Jesus Christ's name in vain, I'll go to hell. So I haven't. been
Same. Dude,
Really?
Yeah.
you wanna know?
Wait, you're not allowed to call his name? Jesus Christ-san. Wait, what do you mean in vain? If you do it like a curse? Oh, I see it. Ne. Ah,
If I broke
For
my
no
mom's
reason?
phone, I'd be dead, bro.
Oh, I
I'd
see.
be so
Thank you,
dead.
Chad. Thank you. Oh, なるほど.
Like the level of insanity it is, like I basically when I was younger I can't say God or Jesus Christ.
why
So
you
when I
saying
want to
God,
say like,
don't
oh
it?
my God, I just go like,
Oh, okay.
oh my
Thank
jeez.
you.
Like that's what I kept on saying and go like, oh my jeez, oh my gloobs. Like I keep saying that because I got scared.
Oh,
'cause my parents
heck.
were like, if you say the word
Freaking
God, you're going to hell.
frack.
And I got so
Hey.
confused because like, how are you supposed to do anything else?
Yeah,
then?
you
If you
poo pee
say
pee.
God.
Oh, but I think I remember my dad told me about it. My US papaya told me that when I was a kid, he was telling me that you gotta say, oh my gosh, like that.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
Henya, oh my gosh, not the God. And I was like, okay. But he was saying a lot, so I think I didn't follow that much.
I used to say, oh my glob.
My dad,
That's
he's
true.
cursing a lot, especially when he's
Yeah.
driving. And that's
you for
how
the
I'll
sub.
remember the bad words and the GTA 5 as well. I remember Jackass. I remember Fuck. I remember a lot of bad words from my dad driving in GTA 5. Thanks, Papanya.
You know, like I got so scared because in history they were teaching
What?
us about stuff like this, and they mentioned like, oh yeah, some people like this is what religion is, and this is
How did
like
Henya
this,
turn
there's
out
God,
so
and blah, blah, blah. And I was
pure?
like, you said it.
Yeah,
Henya
Henya
turned
turned out so innocently.
I got so scared, dude.
In Japan, we don't have those words about God and stuff, but in Japan, we have. So when you're eating the rice, it's a sticky. The rice is sticky, so it sticks to the like a
Innocent.
bowl.
Henya is
bowl.
innocent.
But if you leave it in there, just one, or like if you leave any of them in here, you have to eat it every single one of them. If you leave it, your eyes the sun will burn your eyes. That's what everybody said it. The sun will burn your
Really?
eyes, and you're gonna be completely blind. Don't waste any food. That's what you have to do, like that. It's like you have to thanks to the farmer, and then if you leave any food on purpose with no reason, the sun will burn your eyes like that. That's what they told me when I was a
What?
little, and a lot of parents did that to my friends as well. Yeah, frick you, Sundayo. And also, a lot of my parents and my friends' parents tell us that like always say itadakimasu when before you eating, to like thanks to all the like animals who sacrifice for and thanks to farmer for taking care of all the food for us. So itadakimasu like that. Ne. So that one was like you have to say it. I mean it's good. I still say it.
Yeah, I think that's cute actually. My parents are the biggest gaslighters ever. But now we're
Your
here.
parents
now
and
we're
my parents should be
streamers.
friends because they do great job.
No. I
That's what
disagree.
the fuck out of me for years.
And now we're streamers. How the hell did that happen? I swear to God, like now I just start cursing for no reason. I try not to.
I
though.
didn't
don't
say
know why. I try
itadakimasu.
to not curse and be a good old person. You know?
Just because you curse, that doesn't make you a bad person.
Yeah, I can't stop fucking cursing.
Yeah, fucking bad.
Cursing doesn't
No.
make you a bad person. It's if you do bad stuff that makes you a bad person.
All I fucking say. Shit.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And you know what? Cooking drugs and jitab.
Yeah.
also
You're
makes
gonna
you a
compare
bad
that.
person. No. Cooking drugs
Say
in
that?
jitab. In jitab.
Baby
Jitab.
So true.
Jitav. Before I started stream, I never cursed. I never ever cursed before. I don't know. I guess internet broke me.
What have you done?